Time to hit the hardwood for another exciting KCU basketball contest on the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stoltz Pharmacy, Tres Hermanos Mexican Restaurant, Members Choice Credit Union, First National Bank of Grayson, and Kentucky Christian University. Now, let's go courtside for Countdown to Tip-Off on the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV.
And a pleasant good afternoon here from the Lusby Center in Grayson, Kentucky. Welcome into Countdown to Tip-Off on the Cool Hits Sports Network. As the KCU Knights 5-17, welcome in the Johnson University Royals at 4-17 here to finish out the men and women's doubleheader. Women fell earlier this evening, 62-58. They were down 15 in the second half, clawed it back, got it to within 3, but could not close it out at the end and come up just short as they fall to 11-10 on the season. Looking at the matchup this afternoon, Johnson comes in. They have not won a road game all season long. They're 0-12 on the road. They've lost 2 consecutive, including their last time out to Truett McConnell, 82-73. Their last win came against Bluefield, 83-72. These two teams hooked up back on November 30th. That was a 100-85 shootout down in Johnson. And easy to say that a lot of things look different between probably both of these teams, more importantly KCU. There's a lot of different names, some personnel issues, some players no longer with the program. But Coach Charlie Pack, as the interim head coach, has made kind of the decisions of which direction the program's going to head. And he's got about 8 to 9 players that he's going to do it with this season. And those guys that he's got have been very productive for him. Can they find a way to get a win here this afternoon in Grayson? We'll take a break. We come back. We'll take a look at the matchup and get you ready for tip-off. It's Johnson and KCU. And our coverage continues after this on Countdown to Tip-Off on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stoltz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stoltz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stoltz Pharmacy. For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Back here in pregame coverage on the Cool Hits Sports Network, getting ready for KCU and Johnson. Let's look at the stats for the matchup here today. For the visiting Royals, 40.9% from the field, 31.6% from long range, 73.1% from the charity stripe, averaging 35.8 rebounds a game and turns it over just over 15 times. For the Knights, 44.7% from the field, 33.5% from long range, 73.4% from the free throw line, 30.4% on the glass and turns it over 14 times. Now the question is, can the Knights sustain a deep roster that this Royals team brings in? Again, Johnson City with only 4 wins this season, one of those coming over KCU, and that was when KCU was at what you would consider full strength. Now, I will say this, the group that they have now may only go 8 deep, but they're going to play very hard, very physical. The biggest question is, can they combat the height that this team brings in of this visiting Royals team? They'll have some significant height advantage down underneath. Nick Clifton, their leading scorer, 16.1 points a game, 6'6", and then the other man, Wesley Bohannon, 6'8". KCU's biggest player that they'll have on the floor tonight, 6'2", 6'2", 6'3". So, you're giving up 5 inches, especially down in the post. It could be a long night. But David Woodard, he's been stellar for the Knights, and adding to what he's been able to do along with DeAndre Ross, David McCollum, Kirk Pence has really settled in nicely. Miles Shipp has been shifted into a reserve, into a starter. He's been very well kind of acclimated to what is expected in his new role. And then Tayshaun Archuleta and Brevin Jones, 2 guys that's really jumped off the bench. We'll see a lot of those today in this matchup. But the Knights' biggest thing is they have to find a way to score, not have empty possessions, find a way to fall behind early in this one, and be able to push this one into the winner's column for the 6th time on the season. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our preview and get you ready for tip-off. It's the Knights and the Royals, and our coverage continues after this on Countdown to Tip-Off on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back here in Grayson as we get you ready for tip-off between KCU and the Royals of Johnson University. Taking a look ahead at the Knights' upcoming schedule. They'll be back in action here Tuesday night against Union. And you talk about a team that can get it up and down the floor. The Union Bulldogs are a solid group. They beat KCU 114-76 when they met back in November. That one's going to be a tall. I talked with Coach Charlie Pack about that one, and he said, you talk about a team that can really score it. They score it from all positions on the floor, and they really get after things. on the floor. So they'll have their hands full Tuesday night. We'll be with you. Women's action at 5:30. We'll be on the air at 5:10, and then men will follow shortly, about 25 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game. Taking a look at the matchup back in November, it was a 2-point lead by the Royals at the half, 46-44, but they outscored KCU 54-41 in the second half en route to a 185 victory. Courtney Ware, who is no longer with the team, had 18 points. DeAndre Ross led the team with 19. Lonnie Langston had 15. He is currently suspended. David Woodard had only 5. David McCollum Jr. added 12. Kirk Pence was not with the team yet. So certainly an interesting matchup here is what we will see from this one whenever we get ready to get this one underway. Leading the way in that win back in November was Orion Mashburn. He had 17 points. Miles Long dropped in 10. They had 3 players come off the bench with double digits. C.J. Miller dropped in 16. Daniel Jackson with 15. And Nick Clifton, who has made his way in the starting role, had 14 in the winning effort. So about ready to get things underway here today. Should be a dandy basketball game. Both of these teams have contrasting styles, and we'll definitely get it up and down the floor. Our crew this afternoon, our executive producer for game number 2 here is Austin Ray. Felicia Collier is down courtside. Big thanks to them for a terrific job back in the first game. Now, I will say this, and this is me speaking as a North Carolina fan. I got to give a credit to the Royals jerseys. That powder blue looks beautiful. I love the powder blue. So, again, you know, we call things for the Knights, but that powder blue it touches the heart there. So, but this team out of Knoxville, Tennessee, it's actually just out of Knoxville, Johnson, but we'll get things underway here with our starting lineups in just a moment. I think the men think that there's going to be another national anthem. We will not have a second national anthem. Let's meet our starting lineups for the visitors. We'll start in the backcourt with a 6-foot junior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 2, Miles Long. He's joined by a 6'3" senior out of Maryville, number 5, Orion Mashburn. Rounding things out in the backcourt, a 6'2" freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 33, Parker Hone. In the front court, 6'6" grad student out of Sylvania, number 22, Nick Clifton, and a 6'8" junior out of Sunbright, Tennessee, number 32, Wesley Bohannon. Long, Mashburn, Clifton, Bohannon, and Hone, starting 5 for Brandon Perry's Johnson University Royals, I should say. Decked out in the powder blue tops and bottoms, the gray and navy blue trim. Royals in the navy blue across the chest, and the silver numerals on the front and the back. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the KCU Knights. So starting things off, a little bit different starting lineup this evening, as we'll start in the backcourt with a 6'1" sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, is Kirby Dumais. He's joined in the backcourt by a 6'3" Frosh out of Raceland, Kentucky, number 2, Kirk Pitts. Rounding things out in the backcourt, 6'2" sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, number 4, DeAndre Ross. Front court, 6'5" senior out of Seattle, David Woodard. That's a very generous 6'5", by the way. And rounding things out in the backcourt, 6'1" sophomore from Portsmouth, Ohio, number 25, Miles Ship. Again, Dumais, Pence, Ross, Woodard, and Ship. Starting 5 for Charlie Pack's KCU Knights. Travis Weaver and Riley Potter, the assistant coaches. So front court, center court, Nick Clifton and David Woodard. Knights in the gray jerseys, Kentucky Christian in red, outlined in black, and the red pinstripe around the tops and the bottoms of the shirts. Knights will work it from right to left as I view it here courtside. There's our signal for play. David Woodard gets Clifton laughing a little bit. Ball's in the air. It's tipped into the backcourt. The Knights have the basketball, and off we go. Maybe the longest jump ball situation I've ever seen. Here's Dumais. Works off the left side. Stops. Brings it back out to Woodard. Woodard off the left elbow. Finds a seam to the rack. Puts it in the right hand off the window and up and in. 2-0 Knights. Nice take there by Woodard. As the senior out of Seattle gets the Knights on the board early. Here's Clifton. Left wing. Pitch it off right side of Ashburn. Lob it inside. Nearly stolen away by Ship. Here's Hone. 12 on the shot clock. Partially blocked shot by Long. It's saved by Ross. Knights in transition. Here's Dumais. Gets in the lane. Puts it up. Partially blocked there. Hahn with the block and the rebound. Clifton front court. Here's Long. Back off to Clifton. Bohannon. 3 ball on the way from Clifton is no good. Nice box out there by Dumais. Woodard. Here's Ross. Goes to the rack off the left side through contact, and DeAndre Ross makes it 4-0. Here's Mashburn. He'll pull the trigger. 3's off the mark left side, no good. Ball's tipped and tossed out of bounds. Ship will come near sideline and trigger it in for the Knights. Official's got a whistle problem. Takes the one off of his lanyard and keeps it in his hand. A little pressure in the backcourt. Woodard, catch and shoot. 3 money. David Woodard with 5 quick ones. It's 7-0 KCU. Bohannon and Ship going at each other down low. Here's Bohannon, step back 3, left wing, no. Clifton has the rebound, gets in the lane, kicks it off to the left side. Here's a 3 ball on the way, won't go home either. And then a foul in the backcourt. As they'll get that one on Wesley Bohannon. That's his first, team's first. Ball stolen away on the far sideline. There's a floater up by Long. Left it short, out in transition is Ross with a nice Euro step up and in. 9-0. Knights out to a hot start here to start this one. Here's Long. Mashburn, Clifton in between the rings. Clifton starts to attack, has it raked away. Here's Hone, spot up 3 from the corner, good. And the first points of the ball game for the Royals. Quickly in transition, here's Ross. Feeds it off to Pence. Pence off the window, no. Rolled all the way across the iron and wouldn't stay home. Clifton takes it off the backside. Clifton goes behind his back, loses the handle on the peel. The reverse scoop shot won't stay home. Woodard tracks it down on the near sideline. Woodard feeds it ahead to Ross. Gives it back to Woodard down the center of the lane. Dishing the dime. 11-3. It's an 8-point lead. Clifton in a track meet. Puts it up. No good, but he's fouled. As they'll get that one on Ship. His first. Team's first. And Nick Clifton will go to the line and shoot 2. Clifton a 77.3% free throw shooter. And our net is out of sorts. Got a couple of players set to check in, Archuleta and I believe McCollum. First one is up, rattles home. Lonnie Langston, checking in with Tayshawn Archuleta. So Dumais and Ship step off. Mashburn off as both free throws go home. Trey Prater coming on. Here's Woodard. Spot up three, money. 14-5. David Woodard with 10. Here's Long. Spins left, down the center of the lane. Little circus shot there by Trey Prater in traffic. 14-7. Keep your head on a swivel on this one. Ross, he's got a seam wide open to the basket. Goes up, counted and one. And a chance at a three-point play. We get the foul on Trey Prater. His first. Team foul number 2. And DeAndre Ross to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play. Pushes that one up, no problem. Make it 17-7. There's a ball kicked to the near sideline, nearly raked away. Ross had it tipped out. And then a steal by Langston. He'll go to the rack off the window. Good. Lonnie Langston in transition off the turnover. It's 19-7. Here's Long. Tries to bring it near sideline. That hits our camera. It's all good, my man. DeAndre Ross like, my bad. Here's Clifton, takes the inbound. Out top of the key, working on Archuleta. Here's a feed into Clifton. Clifton spins right, comes back left, and he's fouled. They'll get that one on Archuleta. So Clifton will go to the line and shoot 2. Free throw is up, in and out, no good. Back in is Dumais. Pence steps off. Off goes Ross. And into the ballgame for the first time is Brevin Jones. 19-7. Knights lead this one. 15-14 to play in the opening half. Clifton's second free throw. Left that one front iron short as well. Archuleta with the rebound. Dumais front court. Brings it off to the right side. Has it stolen away. They'll pitch it out to Clifton. Clifton elevates and is fouled on the way up. As they'll get that one on Archuleta. That's going to be his second, team's third. And Clifton back to the line for 2. So 2 quick ones on Archuleta. So Clifton, 77.3% free throw shooter. And the grad student misses the first. 19-7, 15:02 to play here in the first half. Second one's on the way. That one finds its mark. Clifton with 3. Kirby Dumais, front court. Goes right. There's Jones. Pitches it back out to Woodard. Woodard curls off the right side. Spins in the lane. Off to the corner. Spot up 3 on the way from Langston. No. Front iron short. Clifton fights for the rebound. Nearly stolen away. Long. Here's Ford. Back to Long. Clifton on the baseline. There's a little floater up. No good by Miles Long. Rebound plucked out of the air by Dumais. Woodard. Spot up 3 from the right side. That one's too stiff. Fort Skies for the rebound. And then Woodard steals it away. Dumais feeds it ahead to Langston. Langston left wing. Gets in the lane, lost it off his foot. He'll track it back down. 22 on the shot clock, 14 to play in the half. 19-8, Knights lead this one. Woodard wants to attack. Finger roll off the right side, no good. There's a stick back, though, by Brevin Jones. Make it 21-8. Knights rolling here early on. Here's a corner three on the way. No. By Atkins. Archuleta with a rebound. He races it into the front court. Here's Dumais. Tries to come near side and kicks it out of bounds. And we got a 30-second timeout requested by Johnson. 21-8, the Knights rolling here early on. 7 of 10 from the field inside the arc. 2 of 4 from long range, 9 of 14 total. 7 of 4 rebounding advantage favoring the Knights. And they've only turned it over one time, and that one time was the one they just threw it out of bounds on. Certainly with the addition of Langston and Dumais to this lineup, they have really shown they've got some potent firepower to get after things. They've gotten it up and down the floor very nicely. Out of the timeout. Miles Long, front court. Starts to attack, reverses it back out to Alex Ford. Long three, in and out, no good. And then a whistle underneath with a hold. Foul is on Kirby Dumais, his first, team's fourth. Long surveying. Gets it out into the corner to Trey Prater. There's Mashburn. Hesitation move off the left side. Left that one short. Rebound Miles Ship. And then Knights turn it over. Here's Long from the left elbow extended, front iron short. Rebound Dumais. Hands it off Ross. Ross runs into his own man there, Ship. Brevin Jones goes right. Ross comes to the elbow into the keyhole. 15 on the shot clock. Feeds it off to Pence. Pence spins right, turns around, blocked. In transition. And going to be tossed into the backcourt for a turnover. Here comes Hone back into the ball game. He'll replace Miles Long. And when Pence returned, he replaced David Woodard, who got his first break of the ball game. 21-8. Knights rolling here early. Here's Jones. Stops left. Feeds it back door to Pence and turns it over. And then a whistle off the far sideline. Comes on Kirk Pence, his first, team's fifth. Jones checks out, back on as Woodard. Here's a three ball left side, way too stiff by Hone. Rebound Woodard. Ross off the right side, knifes his way in, spins, has it raked away from behind. Here's a nice step through with the left hand by Parker Hone. Missed the tip back. Rebound cleared there by Miles Ship. And then Kirby Dumais says timeout. And a 30-second timeout requested by the Knights. So David Woodard rushed out to an early 10. DeAndre Ross has 7. The Knights had played some very clean basketball, had only turned it over once in about the first 7 minutes of the ball game. And then in the last few series, they've had 3. A 13-point lead, and certainly a much different looking team than we've seen at times from this squad. The explosiveness from the guard position, especially from Kirby Dumais, who's been able to get it down the floor very quickly, has been a nice addition for David Woodard. Here's Dumais, bounces it off to Woodard, left side. Woodard gives it off now to Ship. Ship lost it back to Woodard. Here's Ship in traffic and gets it to rattle home. 23-8. Ship's first points of the ball game. Here's Daniel Jackson. Tosses it off left side, Prater. Prater jump stop in the lane, no good. And then the ball was raked out of bounds. It was touched last by Prater. So we'll stay with the Knights on the near sideline with 11:03 to play in the half. A 15-point lead for the Knights, looking for more. Here's Ship. High post left side, gives it off to Pence. Pence works off a screen, curls to the right elbow into the keyhole, turns, reverses it off to Ross. Ross a little shimmy shake out to Dumais. 9 on the shot clock. Dumais throws a dart underneath back to Ship, and he couldn't handle the mustard. Way too much on that one. Miles Long returns as Alex Ford will take a seat. Long in control of the basketball as he brings it front court. Pitches it off, gets it back. Now Jackson left wing. Goes dribble drive baseline off the window, good. Jackson's first points of the contest. Here's Pence on the left wing. Woodard off a screen. Long threes on the way. In and out, no good. Had a good look, just couldn't get it to stay home. Kick out corner 3. Trey Prater, spot up, no, too stiff. Ship with a rebound. Ross. Now Ship off to Pence. Woodard. Ship gets down the lane, up off the window, no good. Jansen Dennis had that last rebound as he checks in for his first action and loses it out of bounds on the other end. Lonnie Langston returns for the Knights, replacing Miles Ship. Clifton returns. Here's Ross. He wants a 3. That one's way too long. Right into the hands of Nick Clifton. 13-point deficit for the Royals. Entry pass underneath, out into the corner. Spot up 3 from Hone. It's on the way. It's good. His second 3-ball of the ball game, and the lead's down to 10. Check that. That was Mashburn on that last 3. My mistake. And then a steal by Mashburn. He can't handle it underneath, and then a whistle and a foul as Ross gets underneath him and picks up the foul. That's his first, team 6th. So the next foul on the Knights will have visiting Royals shooting bonus. 8:56 to play here in the first half. Mashburn curls from the left baseline. 13-footer up is no good. Ball raked around. Clifton fighting for it. Muscles it up and back in. So what was 15 is down to 8. Here's Langston off to Ross. Dumais, right wing 3, no. KCU's gone cold Here's Clifton. Works on Woodard. Looks at a double team. Spins in the lane. Should have been something, a whistle or a jump ball, one of the two, and we'll get a jump ball and it stays with the visiting Royals. Here's Dennis. And we'll get an illegal screen. Or, nope, just a traveling violation. So the sixth turnover of the basketball game for the Royals gives it back to the Knights, leading by 8 as we have 8 minutes to play in the half. Here's Ross out to Pence. Woodard on the wing, lost the handle on the pill. Stolen away by Long, puts that one up, and that's a goaltend. Put the ball down for Miles Long as Ross got it on the way up. So it's a 9-0 run. 23-17 now the lead for the Knights. Inside of 8 to play before halftime. Dumais off to Ross. Nice working around the perimeter. Here's Langston with a drive off the right side, and he's going to the line for 2. Get it on Jansen Dennis. That's his first, team's third. And Lonnie Langston to the free throw line for a pair. Langston a 71.4% free throw shooter. Eisen fires and misses. Langston, a senior out of Sacramento. Jackson steps off. Trey Prater returns. 23-7, 7:37 to go in the first half of play. Second free throw is up, is good. Seven-point lead for the Lions, or excuse me, for the Knights, with the Royals coming front court. There's Long off the right wing. Hounded there by Langston. Spins, ball raked away, but it's in the hands of Clifton. Clifton jumps, steps through, goes high up off the window, good. Nick Clifton with his 7th point of the ball game. Down to 5, 24-19. Dumais loses his dribble, gets it away to Woodard. Woodard turns, attacks to the basket. Euro step off the window, right side good. David Woodard with his 12th point of the ball game. Averaging 17.5 coming into this one. The senior out of Seattle trying to get it underneath as Dumais is tied up there with Dennis. Here's Mashburn, kicks it out to Long. Spot up 3 from the corner, yes. Miles Long with a great look. What was 15 is now down to 4. 26-22. Langston. Now Dumais. 6.5 to play in the half. 15 on the shot clock. Pence left side. Steps through off the glass. Strong take, too strong. In transition, Clifton, Euro step, floater in front of the rim is good. 9 points, and it's down to 2. And a timeout requested by KCU. Full or 30 is my question. Full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
26-24. KCU leading by only 2 as we welcome you back here to Ron Arnett Court on the campus of Kentucky Christian University here in Grayson, Kentucky, the heart of the Parks. 6:07 to play in the half. Knights timeout. They'll have the basketball out of the break. David Woodard leads the way with 12. Nick Clifton adding 9 for his team. Dumais gives it up to Ross, gets it back. He'll make it across the midcourt stripe. 6 minutes to play in the half. Here's Woodard, feeds it off to Pence. Pence attacks left elbow, stops Ross out of the left corner into the lane, gets to the rack and finishes his 9th point of the ball game. Nice take there by DeAndre Ross, sophomore out of Durham, North Carolina. Here's Clifton out in between the rings, give it back to Long. Here's Clifton. Prater off the right elbow, and to the rack he goes with a big, long, swooping hook shot there. Here's Dumais. Knifes his way through and has it poked out of his hands. Out in transition, Prater goes up and tries to hammer it home and blows the bunny. Here's a 3 ball off the mark by Jones, won't stay home. Rebound out by Dennis. Here's Long, right wing 3 on the way, no. Dennis with the offensive rebound. Long with another shot, that one won't go. And they're nearly stolen away in the backcourt. So 4:42 to play in the half. Trey Prater elevated and looked like he lost it on the way up. Here's Woodard, catch and shoot 3, no. Clifton pulls down his 5th rebound of the ball game. He brings it front court, 4.5 to play in the half, feeds it underneath. There's a wide open Jansen Dennis, who ties this ball game at 28. Dumais off to Pence. Pence out of the corner right side, 14 on the shot clock. Crosses over, comes right elbow, gives it out to Woodard. 16-footer from the keyhole is good. Woodard's 14th point to the ball game, and the Knights back in front by a deuce. 4 minutes to play in the half. KCU led this one by as many as 15, and then went ice cold from the field. There's Long, gives it off to Prater, and an illegal screen. Nope, excuse me, stepped out of bounds. So Dennis steps off. Emmanuel Atkins will check in for his first action. Here's Dumais. Steps through, up off the left side, good. Kirby Dumais with his first points of the contest. That opens up a 4-point lead. Here's Clifton, finds a seam to the rack, blocked away by Shipp, and a jump ball. Possession arrow goes the other way. Heck of a play there by Miles Shipp. Sophomore out of Portsmouth. Here's a high post stolen away by Clifton. Clifton gathers it, comes in, and we're going the other way as Dumais set that one up perfectly and takes the charge as Clifton whistled for the personal, his first team's 4th. 3:07 to play in the first half. 4-point lead for the Knights, who've led this one by as many as 15. Neither team shooting it well from long range. Johnson 3 for 11. KCU 2 for 8. Here's Dumais. Works on the left side. Off to Pence. Pence wants to attack. Falls down. Gets it away to Woodard. Woodard back to Pence. Out of the corner. Right side threes on the way. Way too stiff. Outlet goes out to Clifton. Here's Prater, steps through, goes from the right to the left, and finishes in traffic. 32-30. Trey Prater with his 6th point of the contest. Ross sets up a screen off of Ship. Now to Dumais. Pence goes off the baseline right side, loses his dribble, feeds it into Dumais. And then a hold underneath as Dumais starts to cut to the baseline. Look at that one on Miles Long. That's his first, team's 5th. 2:24 to go before halftime. Kirby Dumais to trigger in. 20 on the shot clock. Gives it to Ship, and Dumais came in, did not get a chance to reestablish. Had the perfect play set up, and Dumais just hadn't got a chance to get himself back in bounds yet. Nobody picked him up on the inbound. Here's Prater on the handoff. Long from the left corner. Prater works it back underneath. Out to the corner, Long. 3 ball on the way, yes. Miles Long gives the Royals their first lead of the ball game, 33-32 now. Inside of 2 to play before halftime. Here's Ross down the center of the lane and lost the handle on the pill on the way to the rack. It was touched last by the Royals, so it'll stay with the Knights underneath their own bucket. 20 on the shot clock, 1:51 to play before halftime. Ross surveying. Lobs it on to Pence out near the volleyball line. Pence starts to attack, spins in the lane, puts it up, no good. Ship fighting for the rebound. It's tipped back out to Dumais. Floater is up, is good. His 4th point of the ball game. The Knights regain the lead by 1 now, 34-32. Or 34-33, excuse me. Here's Prater with a spin move off the baseline. Trey Prater quickly back in. Here comes Mashburn back in. He'll replace Atkins off the turnover. Basketball back to the Royals. Langston returns for Ross. Here's Prater out to Clifton in the corner. Long 3 from C.J. Miller won't go home. Tipped all the way back out to Mashburn. Here's Mashburn in between the rings. Long 2, good. That's a 2. He had a toe on the line. 37-34 inside of a minute to play. Here's Dumais, goes off the right side. Step back from 13, no. Comes out. 3-point lead for the Royals. Prater spins off the left side, throws up an air ball, and a whistle and a foul underneath, and we were going the other direction as they'll get Prater on the offensive foul. His first, team's 6th. Excuse me, his 2nd, my mistake. So now both teams are double bonus should we get there. With 33 seconds to go, about 6 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Woodard between the rings. Breaks it through off the right side, finishes strong at the rim. 16 points for Woodard. Leads down to 1. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds to play in the half. The Royals with an opportunity to add to their 1-point lead and take the lead to the locker room after trailing by 15. Miles Long, right side. C.J. Miller pumps, comes off the left elbow, drops it underneath. Prater, and a whistle and a foul. So we'll get the foul on Miller. Player control foul, so no free throws. As Langston tries to heave up a shot at the horn, and that takes us to halftime. Johnson leads at 37-36. Halftime when we return after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts, and salads. A tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
37-36 our score at the half, with KCU trailing by 1 as we welcome you back here to the Lusby Center on the campus of Kentucky Christian University. A very intriguing first half, to say the least. KCU had several opportunities to really blow this one wide open, and a little bit of a surge by the visiting Royals got themselves back into this ball game. It was a 9-0 run that kind of brought them back in, and then they pushed it out, led it by as many as 3. They're in the locker room up 1, 37-36. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at first half statistics and get you ready for the second half of action. That's just when we return here on the Halftime Show on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Make your everyday purchases faster, simpler, and more convenient with First National Bank's new contactless debit card, featuring a fresh new design and the ability to add your card to your phone's mobile wallet. Your debit card has never been more secure. Simply look for the contactless symbol at checkout, tap your contactless card, or hold your phone over the terminal, and your payment is processed in seconds without your card number ever being exposed. Tap, pay, go. It's that easy with First National Bank. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Halftime here in Grayson as the visiting Royals in the locker room up by 1. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of play. We'll start first with the visiting Royals. 41.7% from the field, 15 of 36. 4 of 13 from long range, 30.8%. They're 50% from the charity stripe, 3 of 6. 18 rebounds, 10 turnovers in the opening half of play. Nick Clifton leads the way with 9 points. Trey Prater, Miles Long has 8 each. For KCU, 48.5% from the field. That's 16 of 33. 2 for 10, though, from long range, 20%. 67% from the charity stripe, 2 of 3. 17 rebounds. They've turned it over 10 times. David Woodard leads the way with 16. DeAndre Ross has 9. Put it on together, 37-36, your score at the break. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll get you ready for the second half of action here from the Lusby Center on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Return. Refresh. Refuel.
Happy holidays from Clark's Pump and Shop. Stop in this winter weather season and warm up with one of our coffees, hot chocolates, or lattes, custom made just the way you like it. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Couple of kiddos out at midcourt having a little bit of fun here in the halftime period. The little young man there, that's Benny Beek. That's the young man of Coach Justin Beek, one of the assistants over at Raceland. Several people here from Ramland this afternoon and early evening hours, I should say, as they are here to catch the action at Kirk Pence. Let's take a look at some scores from around college basketball today in top 25 action. As at the half, number 11 TCU travels Mississippi State 31-25. Baylor is trailing Arkansas 33-27. Number 18 College of Charleston trying to go to 22-1. They lead Hofstra 46-44 in the locker room. Number 20 Miami leads Pittsburgh 33-28 at the break, and number 21 FAU leading Western Kentucky 35-30 at the half. FAU perfect 10-0 in Conference USA, 20-1 on the regular season. Games final earlier today, number 7 Virginia over Boston College 76-57. It was West Virginia pulling off the upset over number 15 Auburn in the SEC Big 12 Challenge 80-77. Creighton pulls off the upset of number 13 Xavier 84-67. It was Oklahoma pounding number 2 Alabama 93-69. That also a part of that SEC Big 12 Challenge. Missouri knocks off number 12 Iowa State 78-61. Number 16 Marquette, no trouble with DuPont today, 89-69. And number 3 Houston bounces back after a loss earlier in the week with a 75-69 win over Cincinnati. Games later tonight in top 25. Number 24, Clemson's at Florida State. That game should be tipped off right about now. At 5:30 tonight, number 6, Arizona is at Washington. 6 p.m., number 10, Texas is at number 4, Tennessee. That one down in Knoxville as part of that SEC Big 12 Challenge. Florida is at number 5, Kansas State. Number 14, Gonzaga is at Portland. And tonight at 8, to wrap up the SEC Big 12 Challenge, number 9, Kansas will play at Kentucky down at Rupp in Lexington. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go here in the half, so we'll take our final couple of breaks. And when we return, we'll get you ready for the second half of action. Knights with some work to do. They're down 1 at the half. Second half when we continue after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stelz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stelz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stoltz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Getting ready for the second half of action here in Grayson. Johnson University leading KCU 37-36. James Carey, happy to have you along with us here. Our crew this evening, Felicia Collier courtside. Austin Ray is our executive producer. Happy to have everyone along with us here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. We'll be back with you Tuesday night in a men and women doubleheader. 5:30 tip-off for the women. 5:10 our pregame show will begin with countdown to tip-off here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. And then we get into the month of February, and the women have 6 games remaining. They'll alternate their remaining games with 3 home games, 3 road games. For the men, they'll have 5 games remaining in February, 3 on the road, 2 at home. Tuesday, February 7th against Bruneau, and Saturday, February 11th in a doubleheader with Bryan and the women. So David Woodard in the locker room with 16 points. Nick Clifton leads the way with 9 for the visiting Royals. Can KCU find that hot start that they had to get this game rolling? Race it out to a 23-8 lead. Had it 15 at one point. A 9-0 run got the Royals back into it. They led it by as many as 3. And let's see if we'll start both ways with our starting 5 for the visiting Royals. That looks like how we're going to go. Let's see, we'll go same thing for the home team. Second half is underway. And off we go. Here's Clifton, lobs it inside to Bohannon. Here's a right wing 3 from Parker Hoon. His 6th point of the ball game. A 4-point lead for the Royals, their largest of the contest. And it's 40-26 to open up here in the second half. Ross, Pence, Dumais, Ship, and Woodard. Woodard wants to answer with a 3. That one's too stiff. Long in transition, and those bright green shoes gives it inside. Here's Bohannon with a spin move, kicks it back out. Hoon wants another 3. That one's off the mark, too stiff. Dumais in transition. Woodard gets the bump, won't go home. Pence finishes and 1, and a chance at a 3-point play. Pence's first points of the ball game. Fouls on Hoon, his first, team's first of the half. And Kirk Pence to the free throw line for a chance at a 3-point play. Puts it up and good. So Pence in the scores book now with 3 points, and it leads down to 1. 1 minute gone here in the second half. Here's Long, centers it up. Looks off left side to Mashburn. Mashburn crosses over, comes left elbow, stops there, lobs it inside to Bohannon. Bohannon trying to back himself in, tied up. Mashburn thought about a 3, goes out, and he has it stolen away. Here's Dumais, takes it off the right side, finger roll, and puts the Knights back in front by 1. 41-40, Dumais with 6. There's Long off the left side. Mashburn curling into the lane and fouled on the way up. They'll get the foul on David Woodard. That's his team's first of the half. And they're going to get Mashburn 2 free throws. Mashburn with 5 points in the contest. First one is up is good. Tied at 41. 18:25 to go in the ball game. Second one on the way. Rattles in and out. Rebound comes off to Woodard. Here's Woodard. Goes off the left to the right. High up off the window. Good. David Woodard with his 18th point. And the Knights back in front by a deuce. Miles Long in transition. Feeds it off left side. Clifton. Clifton bumped on the way to the rack, and Woodard got him on the way up. That's his second. And Nick Clifton back to the free throw line for 2. Clifton 9 points, 7 rebounds for this visiting Royals team. Clifton on the season, 16.5 points a game, a 77.3% free throw shooter. Pushes the first one up is good. His 10th point of the game. Chance to tie on this shot here. Free throw up, good. And we're even at 43. Here's Woodard, hands it off to Dumais. Dumais stops, back to Woodard. 3 for the leads on the way, no. Miles Long with a rebound. Here's Mashburn off the left wing. Bohannon wants it underneath. We'll take it off now to the right side. Clifton comes to the left elbow, stops off the long. 3 for the lead from the right side, no, too stiff. Gets his own rebound. Floater on the baseline is up and good. Miles Long's 10th point of the contest. 45-43. Here's Pence. Gets in the lane, stops right elbow, puts it up. Knew he missed it on the way up. Long with a backside rebound. Here's Mashburn. He traveled. Trying to go fancy out to Hoon from the corner. No good. Rebound Dumais. Ross gets in the lane, goes from the left with his right hand, can't finish. Clifton, Bohannon. 3 balls up, no good. Tried to following it was Hoon. He kicks it out of bounds. It's back to the Knights. Here's Parker back on the ball game for Wesley Bohannon. Two-point deficit for the Knights. Here's Woodard, and a whistle and a foul underneath, away from the basketball. It is called White 2. I think so we get the foul on Kirk Pence. So we get Pence on the offensive foul. So Pence is second, team's third. So the turnover gives it back to the Royals. Here's Clifton. Starts to attack. High out the window, no good. Rebound backside by Ross. Woodard steps through with a finger roll on the window, good. We're even at 45. David Woodard with 20. He's north of his season average of 17.5. Mashburn on the wing, right side. Puts it on the deck with the left hand. Gets in traffic. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped around. Woodard's got it. Kicks it out to Ross. Ross goes up and tries to hammer it home, and it won't stay down. He tried to give a little bit of extra help, and it's going to be called for the goaltend. So now the officials get together. So after the turnover, here's Alex Ford back to Mashburn. 3 on the way, no. Clifton tries to throw it underneath and throws it out of bounds. Here's Langston. Woodard on the right side. Gives it into Ship. Ship with position. Left-handed turnaround hook shot. Good. Miles Ship with his 4th point, and it leads back to 2. Clifton in transition. Hoon with a spot-up 3. The southpaw strokes it home. 9 points for him. He's got them all from long range, and the lead's back to 1 for the Royals. Dumais front court. In front of Ford. Langston off the screen, no good. Ball tipped around. And then Royals nearly turned it over. And then Hoon puts it up and in. Back-to-back triples for him. 51-47. Here's Pence out of the corner. Stops, goes back out to Dumais. Dumais into the traffic and is fouled on the way to the rack. He'll shoot a pair. Get them on a Nick Clifton, that's his second. Team's second. And Kirby Dumais to the line for 2. Dumais 6.7 rebounds in this basketball game. First one is up, his front iron short. 66.7% free throw shooter. Here's Archuleta back in for Langston. Mashburn's going to take a seat, and Daniel Jackson returns. Second one for Dumais, missed them both. Hoon with the rebound. Prater feeds it off to Clifton. Clifton off the left side and draws the foul. As look at them in Archuleta, that's his third. And Clifton back to the line for two. Clifton in the contest, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. 77.3% free throw shooter on the season. 14-14 to go in the ball game. Clifton's first one is up, is good. Ross back in as Dumais will take a seat. One more for Clifton with 12 points. Hits them both. Parker Hoon steps off as Clifton does as well. Jason Dennis comes on. Here's Ross, hemmed up on the right side. Here's Woodard. Knights down by 6, their largest deficit of the ball game. Ross off the left elbow. Fakes, goes up. Shot no good. Tries to tip it back up. Still can't get it to round. Tipped all the way around to Ford. Here's Ford, left wing. Three's on the way. No. And it goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Ross front court, 13 and a half to go in the ball game. Woodard, he's got 20 to lead all scorers. Works off a pick and roll, nothing happening there. It was well defended. Pence, dribble drop baseline, spins, feeds it back out to Woodard. Woodard catch and shoot, threes on the way, no. Rebound out, Jackson. Nobody picks him up, he'll start to attack. Go off the window, no good. Kirk Pence plucks it out of the air. Pence front court, front of his bench. 13 to go in the ball game. Leaves it off to Ross down between the rings. Ross comes back right, loses it off his foot left. Pitches it back out, 15 on the shot clock. Pence. Here's Woodard. Floater off the right side, good. He slammed on the brakes when he saw the man try to rotate underneath for the charge. Heads up play for Woodard for his 22nd of the contest. Here's Long working on Pence. Kicks it out forward. Working around the horn. Prater starts to go, and he travels. Here comes Kirby Dumais back into the ball game. He'll get Miles Ship. 53-49, 12:28 to go in the ball game. Dumais front court. Woodard between the rings. Now Archuleta. Here's Dumais, curls off the right side from the left. His 8th point of the night, and it's down to 2. And then a whistle underneath, away from the basketball as Archuleta got tangled up and just picked up his 4th. Team's 5th. For the moment, he's going to stay on the floor. Here's Dennis. Works on Archuleta. Ford pumps, goes right side. Floater on the right baseline by Miles Long. His 12th point of the ball game. Here's Woodard. Spins off the left side, turns, faces the basket, and floats one up from 12. What a take. 55-53. Long goes up. That's a jump ball. That's going the other way. Nice job defensively by the Knights as Long got caught in transition. So now a chance for the Knights to regain the lead or tie on this trip. Kirby Dumais, the sophomore from Florida. Works off the left side. Gives it off to Ross. Ross to the left elbow, stops. Feeds it off there to Dumais. Pence for the lead from the corner. Three, yes! 56-55. Kirk Pence, a 6-point of the ball game. Long, left side. Entry pass on the post. Here's Prater. Prater goes up and under. Nice shot there off the left glass. His 10th point of the ball game. 1-point lead for the Royals. Here's Woodard trying to curl from the left. Archuleta, dribble drive. Wants to feed it off into the post or the corner of Pence, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights. Ship back in for Archuleta. 10:34 to play in the ball game. Dumais to trigger in on the near baseline. Ship out to Ross. 14 on the shot clock. Crosses it over. Coming right elbow. Right to the rack he goes. Counted and one. DeAndre Ross. And a chance at a three-point play. They'll get it on Trey Prater. His third. Team's third. And DeAndre Ross gives the Knights a 1-point lead. A chance to push it to 2 on the and 1. Prater steps off as Mashburn will return. Free throw is up, in and out, no good. Here's Long. Dennis on the baseline. Nice crossover there, and Jackson raked away and fouled on the way up. That one's on Woodard. That's his third, team 6th. And that's going to put Daniel Jackson to the line for 2. Jackson, a 56.8% free throw shooter, averaging 12.1 points a contest, has only netted 2 today. First one is up, front iron short. Jason Dennis comes off, and Clifton returns. 10:08 to play in the ball game. This to even the contest at 58. He gets that one to go home. Dumais comes across the midcourt stripe. We're halfway home here in the second half. Dumais starts to attack. Gives it back to Pence. Pence off the left elbow. Back to Dumais. Behind his back, lost a handle on the peel. That's stolen away. And then on the way up, Jackson lost a handle on the peel. Here's Dumais in front court. Pitches off Ross. Ross left side. Comes dribble drop baseline. Floater on the baseline's good. DeAndre Ross. 13 points for the sophomore. Three looks for Daniel Jackson, and he gets the second one back, tips the third one in, and evens us at 60. That's a way to pad your stats quickly. And a whistle and a foul. We're going the other way with an offensive charge on DeAndre Ross, who picks up his second, team 7th. So bonus the rest of the way. Here comes Parker Hahn back on as Ford will step off. There's Long. Reverses back out. Entry pass Clifton. Clifton reverses, goes up and under, and finishes from the left side for the lead. 62-60. Ross, left side next to Charlie Pack. And then a whistle and a foul as they're going to get Mashburn on the reach-in. That's his first team's fourth. Dumais out of the corner. Circles the wagons, takes it out, top of the key, left of point. 11 on the shot clock. Ross curls from the right to the left. 7 on the shot clock. Ross pulls up, baseline jumper, no. Strong rebound underneath by Clifton. Clifton down the center of the lane. Reverses out into the corner. Spot up 3 on the way, well short, but into the hands there of Miles Long, who puts it up and in. And pushes the lead back to 4. Long with 14. Here's Woodard. Hounded there by Jackson. Dumais down the left side, high up off the glass, no good. Clifton plucks it from the air. Ahead Mashburn. Mashburn steps through. Circus shot up, no good. Long's there with a rebound. Hoon, left side 3, yes. And a timeout requested. Full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Good look there. Coach Charlie Pack in the huddle with his team. Someone jump in the huddle here and take a listen. Pack's not a very animated guy, too, so not exactly easy to listen in. We were able to get a good listen in. Coach called a timeout earlier this evening. Coach Pack, he's not his voice doesn't usually get too loud, but a great shot there by our videographer Felicia Collier down on the courtside camera. So Knights basketball out of the timeout. 7.5 to play in the ball game as Dumais comes front court. There's Pence in front of his bench. Starts to attack, spins, and he walked. No, they're going to foul on Mashburn. That's his second, team's 5th. So Knights basketball with 22nd on the shot clock from the baseline. Pence, right wing. Nice feed inside to Woodard, nearly raked away. Woodard corrals it back in. 15 on the shot clock. Pence comes off the right elbow, stops, turns, reverse pivots, lofts it back out to Woodard. Woodard gets a screen from Ship. 17-footer off the left side is good. David Woodard with 26 in the ball game. Here's Long. Gives it up, gets it back. Clifton on the baseline. Curls in the lane. Left-handed hook shot, smooth there for Nick Clifton, 17th. 69-62. Inside of 7 to go in the ball game. Woodard, hounded there by Daniel Jackson. Skip pass off to Ross. Ross to the left elbow. Into the lane, in traffic, no good. Hoon comes to the wing. He wants a 3 in transition. It's off the mark, no good. Clifton skies up, gets the rebound, and is fouled on the way back up. Foul is on Miles Shipp. That's his second, team's 8th. And Nick Clifton back to the line for 2 more. Clifton, 7 of 10 from the charity stripe. And his free throw does not find the mark. He has shot more free throws by himself than KCU has as a team. Second free throw up. Can't get either one to stay home. Ball rolls off to Woodard. Here's Ross knifing his way through off the left side. What a finish there for DeAndre Ross. Trims the lead to 5. 6 minutes to go as long comes front court for the Royals. Here's Clifton on that baseline. Feeds it out in the corner. Mashburn. He'll pump. Dribble off the right side. Try to hammer it home and missed it badly. Ross with the rebound. Off to Woodard. Spin move in the lane and a travel violation. Orion Mashburn elevated with some bad intentions and ended up with a bad look. He might have been able to get that one to go home on an 8-foot rim. The fans here, they are having some fun getting after him. This is the most lively crowd we've had in the Lusby Center in quite some time. This is fun. They are getting after him. Turn it up. This is what you call that home court advantage, if you will. Can they stay in their heads and find a way to claw back in this one? They're down 5. Here's Long front court. Turns, reverses back out top of the key to Hoon. Hoon bumps, spins left, comes off, high arcing shot off the window. Parker Hoon. He's got 17. Langston. Bounce it off to Dumais. Here's Woodard. Step back long 3, no. Miles Shipp with the rebound, has it raked out of his hands. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights. Jackson off. And Prater back in. Woodard's 3 doesn't go home. 71-64. Here's Long in the lane. Floater, no. Clifton with another rebound and a stick back. I've got Nick Clifton unofficially with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Dumais, little slip screen there to Shipp, and he can't handle the pill. They'll lift it out to Clifton. Clifton goes up easily off the right side for his 21st. And a timeout requested. 30-second timeout as it's now 75-64, and the Royals have pushed it out with a double-digit lead. KCU led this one by 15 in the first half. It was 23-8. And a little 9-0 run by the Royals got it close. They took a 1-point lead to the half. And now have opened up an 11-point margin. Nick Clifton, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Miles Long, I've got him with a double-double as well with 14 and 10. David Woodard leads all scores with 26 points. DeAndre Ross has 15 for the Knights. 4:29 to go in regulation. And Lonnie Langston will take it in the backcourt, bring it front court. Takes it off to the left side, crosses over, finds a seam to the rack, and falls down on the way to the basket. 16th turnover of the basketball game for the Knights. Here comes DeAndre Ross back in the ball game. And Langston will step off. Now the Knights are going to come up and apply a little pressure in the backcourt. Miles Long, the junior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Gets into the lane, goes off the left side, left that one short. Ball's loose. Clifton fighting for it, gets it back. Shot off the mark by Hoon, no good. Rebound Clifton. Then Long fouled from behind. And he'll go to the line for two. They'll get it on Woodard. That's his fourth, team's ninth. So the next foul against the Knights will have Johnson shooting double bonus the rest of the way. And Miles Long to the line for two with 3:50 to go in the ball game. First one is up, rolls home. Long, an 82.5% free throw shooter on the season. Rawson Ship will step off. Brevin Jones and Archuleta come back on. Second free throw finds its mark, and it's 77-64, 13-point lead. Miles Long with 16. 4 players in double figures for this Royals team. Here's Dumais. Finds a seam off the left side, left it short, got his own rebound, can't finish. Ball's underneath. Jones tips it around. Dumais fights for it, turns, puts it up, and gets the friendly roll home. 77-66. Mashburn all alone, left side three, good. 14-point lead, their largest in the ball game. It's now 80-66. Mashburn a point shy of becoming the 5th player in double figures. Archuleta gives it off to Dumais. Dumais turns, reverses it back out to Archuleta. Archuleta tries to lob it back door and throws it out of bounds. Mashburn to trigger in. KCU trying to apply some pressure in the backcourt. Here's a 2-on-1 off to Clifton, and he hammers it home with 2 hands. 82-66, his 23rd of the night. There's Dumais off to Archuleta. Archuleta starts to attack, stops on the wing. Brevin Jones from the elbow, right side, good. 82-68. Clifton steps through. Somehow that ball goes home. His 25th of the ball game. It's a track beat here at the Lusby Center. .139 shot attempts in this ball game so far. Here's Clifton with a steal. He's going to go airborne once again with a reverse tomahawk. .27th point of the evening for the graduate transfer. Here's Woodard. Right side three, no good. And then Trey Prater in transition pushes it out to a 20-point lead. Here's Pence. Finger roll left side, good. Man, how quickly this one got away from the Knights. Here's Clifton in transition, goes with the alley-oop to Trey Prater. And Prater hammers it home. And subs coming on. Alaska Jones will get his first action of the ball game. David Woodard will come off. Ross returns. And Dumais will take a seat. Whole new 5 on the floor for the visiting Royals. We'll get you a check of those in just a second. Here's Ross to the rack and finishes with a finger roll in front of the rim. C.J. Miller. Out to Jordan Stanley. Stanley left it short. Ross has the rebound and lost it in transition. And then they'll drop it off to Miller, who puts it up off the far side. .53 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's Archuleta, long three from the left side, no good. Here's Ethan Bradford. 37 seconds to play. 3 ball on the way from Jordan Stanley. 95-72. Ross in transition off the left side, left it short off the left edge. Kirk Pence gets the rebound, puts it up and in. 95-74, and it's probably going to be your final. Shot clock is off, 13 seconds to go in this one. And the visiting Royals are going to dribble this one out and call it a victory. Overcame a 15-point first half deficit, and they're going to pick up their 5th win on the season with a 95-74 victory here in Grayson. Post-game show when we return after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Final score here this evening is Johnson defeats KCU by a final score of 95-74. It was a 1-point lead at the half by the visiting Royals, 37-36, but they outscore KCU 58-38 in the second half as they cruise to the victory. They'll pick up their 5th win on the season as they'll go to 5-17. KCU will fall to 5-18. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll look at some numbers and wrap it up here from the Lusby Center. Winners tonight are the Royals. They knock off KCU 95-74. Our post-game coverage continues after this on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back here in Grayson, as we'll take a look at some numbers real quickly. As we'll start first with the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. 47.4% from the field, 37 of 78. 37% from long range, 10 of 27. 61.1% from the charity stripe, that's 11 of 18. 44 rebounds, they turned it over 14 times. Leading the way, Nick Clifton, 27 points, 16 rebounds. Miles Long throws in 16, had 10 rebounds of his own. Trey Prater finishes with 14, and Parker Hone had 17, including going 5 for 9 from downtown Tripletown. For the Knights, 46.6% from the field. That's 34 of 73, but they go a very ugly number, 16.7%, 3 of 18 from long range. They only got to the free throw line tonight 7 times. They were 3 for 7 for 42.9%, 34 rebounds. They turned it over 19 times. David Woodard leads the way with 26 points. DeAndre Ross has 17. Kirby Dumais and Kirk Pence each with 10. Dumais ends with a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. 95-74, your final score in this one. Knights will be back in action on Tuesday night against the Union Bulldogs. Our coverage begins with the women's action at 5:30. Our countdown to tip-off coverage begins at 5:15 right here on the Cool Hits Sports Network. A big thanks to our crew tonight, Felicia Collier and Austin Ray, doing a fabulous job throughout both ball games, as well as all the great folks and staff here at Kentucky Christian University. Again, your final score tonight, Johnson University 95, Kentucky Christian University 74. For Felicia Collier and Austin Ray and all the great folks at the Cool Hits Sports Network, I'm James Carr. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you Tuesday night here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
You've been watching another sports presentation of Kentucky Christian University basketball on the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV. Tonight's game was brought to you in part by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stoltz Pharmacy, Tres Hermanos Mexican Restaurant, Members Choice Credit Union, First National Bank of Grayson, and Kentucky Christian University. This broadcast of KCU basketball is an exclusive sports presentation of the Cool Hits Sports Network and Cool TV.